GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Quez Watkins to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. 26-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Colt defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass. Because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Dart. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. There on the stop with Leo Chanel.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run-supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now Dart. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Another run with Mitchell. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Well, he gave up the first first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
From the gun, Dart. Gonna look deep here for Pacheco. And that's gonna be incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Richardson looking to throw. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. It's caught at the 10. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts have taken the lead.
His kick is
extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Texans 7.
Team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. No matter what the defense throws at them, they feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Play fake, and here's Dart. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll try and do this himself. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. Like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
No!
Right back to Mitchell here. And shutting him off, now open field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
19 Lions.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. The Colts have 8-3 now. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Mustang 19.
Here's Richardson to throw. That is incomplete.
Good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back and scoring on their last possession. But the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Ready? 70 Lions.
Now Richardson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The toss left side for Mitchell. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, for there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. To try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Ran up by the luxury, that's up the highest metric. The city just made a sweep. People diabetic.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Watkins on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing, Dart. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's Dart. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive. And
a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, 45 yards. And the Texans are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A nice little juke. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Go street. Hurt. 18 Cardinal. Dragon 60. Nineteen tight.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Up the middle. Here's Mitchell. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
79 Brooks, 70 Lions. Riggs. Ready.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts are able to stretch out their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Texans 14.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. Here's Dart. Going up top. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
18, Rodley, 18,
Richardson off the play fake. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hammond. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
let's go.
Try the right side with Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Cup 19, Cup 19.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Get out of here with a W offense.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Buffalo 18. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 79 Broncos. Warriors 70.
Richardson. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be on a lot of trouble.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Cougar 19. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 180 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
70 Lions, Dragon 60. Riggs. Hey, crash. Trap 60, trap 60.
First down, here's Mitchell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
19 Lions, Mustang 19. Go.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Hurt. Ready,
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down about the 39. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A give here to Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Panther 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. Dragon 60. Street. Cut 19. 18. Pioneer.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
They got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put into the end zone. But they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. 1 second, all that remains. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. 26-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Riggs. Dixie Maverick. Kevin Pirates.
Now it's Richardson. A short one there, caught by Warren. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play. But the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Trap 60. Buffalo 18. Go.
Richardson looking to throw this. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 71 yards. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now Watkins on the return. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll go play action here with Dart. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Looking to throw, Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Working out of the gun is Dart. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I help me out a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now Watkins on the return. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills. Yep. And, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. To throw is Richardson. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And this one is incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They got to get into the 21 here on 3rd down. Once again, it's Mitchell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or
oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, if nothing else, some signs of life here, Charles, because you're facing the big deficit, but at least they were able to prevent 3 more from getting on the board there with a nice block.
And that's how they're comforting themselves on the sidelines right now, because they certainly didn't execute well on that play at all. Bottom line, exactly what you said. They didn't need the 3, but they sure don't like giving up a block. That's something to work on as they get into practice next week. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw is Dart. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Throwing his dart.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
It's a gain of 8. And the Texans first down.
From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brent, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
To throw now, Dart.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Touchdown!
Edmund Mitchell.
47 yards. And the Texans take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead drops from 34 to 27.
Makes the score Colts 48, Texans 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
Hey, smash. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready?
Well, starting to run by Mitchell. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they had won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Riggs, Riggs. Check. 19 tight, 19 tight. Go street. Ready.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Here's Mitchell.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Richardson going to move him around.
Go.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
Off play action. Richardson. He'll try and do this himself. Lets one go downfield for Pierce.
And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Now Dart.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They push it back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Now 3rd down and very long. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. He'll drop this off to Pacheco.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And got his man complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
First down. A gain of 52
From the gun, here's Dart.
And the Texans first down.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go in and incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Dart going to look to throw here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll go. Here's Dart.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, hugging him, giving a little dab, then a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Richardson to throw off play action.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hammond. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Dragon 60. Ready.
A run with Mitchell. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He's tackled at the
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Tell you what, partner, boy, he's been slinging it in this one. I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Give running right is Mitchell. Boy, 192 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Bates' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To the air, Dart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 24 yards the gain there, another first down as well. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
70 Rangers, 79 Bronco.
Out of the gun, here's Dart. He'll check this one down at Pacheco. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
That's another Texan.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second.
Throwing. Dart. Now a run here off the arc. And it'll be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20.
Deputy, check, Panther. Deputy Lions. Street.
They run once more with Taylor.
There he goes, right side.
Jonathan Taylor.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is over.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Makes the score.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace where the other offense are going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at a very good level.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Dart from the gun on 3rd down.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 6 yards to the first down.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
Dart.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
2nd down and 3. Here's Dart.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Colts, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a tough one to swallow as they